It's frymageddon! Ah! Do you remember those fast food fruit pies that used to be all crispy on the outside and gooey and hot on the inside? Today, I'm gonna turn one of my ultimate favorite recipes, the empanadilla, into the happy meal of my dreams, and now also yours. Today, I'm making a cherry empanadilla. Abuela Isabel would never make something like this because oftentimes we fill empanadillas with something savory or cheesy. But today, I'm taking this cherry filling and this amazing hybrid pie dough. We're gonna fry it and it's just gonna be amazing. So I'm gonna start with some flour and we're gonna pour it directly into our food processor. And now we're going to grab some turmeric to add a little bit of color. Just do a pinch, beep. And now we're gonna take our salt, a teaspoon or so, and we're just going to give this a little pulse. Now we're gonna add our very cold butter. You're gonna be gentle with it. You're gonna not go ham and just run it. We're looking for small pea-sized clumps of butter, and that's really gonna help this dough get those pockets of air. Misu, where are you? I need help. Oh, thank you. So I'm feeling in and I'm looking for something that looks like this. I think this looks like a pea. So now we're gonna add our egg. We're gonna pour this all in and we're gonna give this a pulse. We're gonna add our ice cold water. You can see that I didn't use all of that water, but if you were at a higher altitude, you would probably need all of this water and a tiny bit more. So keep an eye on your dough and just check for the consistency. And now you can see the dough is elastic. It's not too sticky. We're gonna refrigerate this dough for an hour to really let that butter solidify. We're gonna get those beautiful air pockets that's gonna be filled with the ultimate Happy Meal filling. Now we're gonna get to the fun part, second fun part. I think this whole recipe is pretty fun. I have whole cherries and some chopped cherries because I really want to feel like I'm eating cherries when I'm biting into this empanadilla. I'm gonna add some salt. If you like a sweeter filling, you can pull back on the salt in this recipe. I personally like to have a lot of seasoning, sazon, in my fruit fillings, so I'm gonna be a little more aggressive with my salt. Ground cinnamon. So I'm gonna give this a little mix, really get the sazon in here. Make sure that it's marinating in this warm spice. So now we are going to make our slurry mixture. So I have some flour and then I have some lemon juice. And we're gonna pour this lemon juice into our flour. And now using the world's tiniest whisk, we're gonna give this a little whisk. Think of it as the hair gel. You want to add this into your mixture so that it gets ready for the party. Make sure that there's no clumps. Now we're going to pour this into our pot. And we're going to give this a little mix. If we were to put this in the empanadilla, it would be too loose. We're going to take our sugar and pour it in. I'm going to take some nutmeg and I'm going to grate this into my filling. Maybe like a pinch. But nothing beats that freshly grated nutmeg flavor. Misu, doesn't this look awesome? Look at it. I know, it's so good. I want to eat it too. So now that our mixture is nice and gooey, we're going to turn this off. Then we're going to put it into our bowl and we're going to cool this down while we roll our dough. Put a little bit of flour on our surface. First, we're going to make a lot of noise. So for those of you at home that are watching this who make a lot of pie, this feels like a pie dough. We're gonna make it like hand pies that we fry. So now that we've finished rolling out our dough, I have it to be almost 1/8 of an inch. I'm gonna use this bowl. It's a little bit under 4 inches in diameter, and I'm gonna use a paring knife and just trace the outside, making sure that you disconnect from the main dough, and I'm gonna repeat these steps. We're gonna take a little bit of our filling. A little filling goes a long way. We're gonna take our egg wash, make sure that you take away a lot of that egg wash so that it's just damp. Think of this as glue. We're gonna try to get our middle to push down. I like to press down so that it doesn't go anywhere. You can see that there is a seal that is formed and none of the filling oozes out. And then I take my fork and press down so that you get that iconic crimp on there. Just kind of seal it up. Be very gentle with this dough. I have nails, so I could poke the dough and then all of that filling will spill into the fryer, and that's super scary. It's one of the scariest things. So now that our empanadillas are filled, we're gonna get to the ultimate part, the frying. This is what's gonna distinguish it from just a regular pie and make it an empanadilla. It's a little scary, but I'll talk about that later. We're gonna get this oil up to the right temperature. We wanna get it to 350. Once you get it to 350, you're gonna drop it down and leave it on kind of medium to low heat. Do not drop them because you don't want the oil to splatter up on you. So as you can see, oh my gosh, it's fluffing up. I could see the pockets kind of forming. I'm gonna flip these guys one more time to really make sure that the bottom gets that nice color. And now these guys are ready. So I'm gonna gently take them out. So I have to give you a very important warning. If your empanada has a hole in it or it has any type of moisture, it will be insane. It'll be like frymageddon. Whatever filling you have, all that sugar, gooiness, meeting the fryer, it's like making a chaotic caramel in oil. It's frymageddon! Ah! Now, folks, if you're at home and this is happening, you could let it fry just a little bit, but you might want to remove it from the fryer. Don't panic. Maybe we'll just take this one out. And that's it. That's how you fry and survive frymageddon. Now, I have a surprise. I'm going to show you one more thing, and I think it takes this happy meal to the happiest of meals. So you're gonna get some powdered sugar, drop in a few drops of food coloring, and now we're gonna take a drop of milk. Keep dropping in some milk until you get the desired consistency of your choice. Drizzle it on top. And now we're gonna take a bite of our happiest of happy meal, empanadillas filled with delicious cherry filling. I mean, you survived frymageddon, so you deserve it, right? Oh man, here you have all the layers. You can see each flaky layer. It's gonna be an amazing bite. Let's try it. This filling is so tart, that salt, and it's perfect cherry. It's better than the happiest of meals. This is the empanadilla, and I'm gonna keep eating this, and Misu's not gonna have any.